It took 5 books, but these two are finally having a conversation. The main character is putting all his feelings out. He's talking things through. He's not letting his anger control him. He's setting everything out for the male lead. He's making the male lead listen to him and talk back with him. They're having a conversation like adults that they are. And it was so amazing. I love how the main character tells the male lead that he understands where the male lead was at, but the male lead should have let him make his own decisions. That he's a grown adult man, he can make his choices. Even if they're bad choices, he can make those decisions on his own. Yes, he could have been hurt, but he's more hurt by the fact that the male lead made these choices for him, and he spent years being put down, harmed, and hurt by the male lead, and the things the male lead said to him to push him away. He tells the male lead to stop pushing him away, that he knows everything and he's willing to go down this path with the male lead. And it was so sweet. The male lead ends up bawling, crying into the main character's arms. He tells the main character all his feelings. It was just so nice to see these two actually talk things out. It was just so nice. After reading 5 whole books, it is nice to see them actually talk things out. So after them having their conversations, the main character becomes a full-on doting husband who pampers and adores upon his precious little wife. The male lead is very much a pampered, spoiled trophy wife, and I just love this for them. This is what they need. This is what they've been needing this entire time. Like, I am so happy for them that they're finally getting to be a doting husband and pampered wife. Back when the male lead was a child and he was serving in Mercy's home, we find out that there was a slave woman who was a basically adopted mother to the male lead. She would provide for him, take care of him. When he was injured, she was the only one who would acknowledge his hurts. He had a little bit of a lisp, so she was teaching him how to speak, like a speech teacher would, how a caring, loving mother was, and he felt that bond with her. He felt if, he had a mother, this would be his mother. And I'm thinking, is this his mother? Like, is this his actual real mother? Because in any hints or ties, even if they're not blood tied, this is his mother. This is his adopted, caring, loving mother. But one sentence he says makes me think, is she his bio mother? And for some reason, she's not allowed to acknowledge him as her actual child. Is there reasons, or I'm just thinking things up? The male lead returns the ring to Mercy. Mercy does the whole huff effect about getting the ring back, but he does take the ring back. And I think there's more importance to this ring because he wears the ring right after he gets it back. He even puts on a whole act, do you not remember this ring? He also talks about the male lead's adopted mother in the same breath. So I think there is more to do with the male lead's adopted mother and this ring. Is she actually tied to Mercy's family? Is she tied to Mercy's father or Mercy's mother? Like, what is up with this ring? And why would he bring up the male lead's adopted mother? Is my idea that his adopted mother is actually his real bio mother and something happened specifically with this ring? Like, why would he care about this ring so much? Why is they highlighting this ring so much? Mercy's mother was down out controlling and wanted him to be basically the perfect little image of his father. Wanted him to go down the same path as his father, getting the same position and career as his father, doing the same musical spells as his father, learning the same exact instrument as his father. Even though Mercy wanted to lose isolation spells, she would not allow him. She even once beat him so badly that he gave up asking to do those illusion spells anymore. And he'd play sad, depressing music when he would have to learn his music spells instead of the cheerful, beautiful music because he was mourning his illusion spells. Since the Emperor had to do something and he pretends that he's going into resting, he tells his sister Yu Ming Lake to take control over the military decisions. But sadly, no one will listen to her, one, because she's a woman, and two, because most of nobilities have immunity from their ancestors, so they think they don't have to actually listen to the royal family, and the royal family doesn't have to actually make decision-making, which when the Emperor comes back from whatever he was doing, he's furious at them. And it's super understandable because in the time period, which was only 20 days, they lost 3 of their great points, 3 of their great cities, because these people would not listen to his sister's decisions. He is furious, but there is nothing he can do about it because nobility have immunity that they have had for centuries, and it infuriates them so much. And I understand where his anger comes from because their families is deep rooted into the country to the point they think they don't have to listen to him. And I would be angry too. I'd be going around hitting people if I was a Terrence. He needs to just become a Terrence, start dashing off some of the nobility, if you hear me, right? The Emperor explains to the main character what he's been up to. So in the Emily country, they have a demonic beast. It's been around since the founder's time. The founder created this beast. And the beast had been sealed all this time. It has been unsealed. And the male lead had discovered this when he was a spy. But it hasn't been fully awakened because it's missing something. This piece is, I guess, a soul shard of it, and it's missing in a lake. They had just recently discovered it, but they can't find it where it is in the lake. But luckily, the Emperor has a tie to it, so he thinks he can find it. And that's why he had gone on his whole going and taking care of himself for 20 days, resting. It's because he was searching for it. The reason why the Emperor has a tie to it is because of his father, the former emperor. We're getting into deep details now. So back during the wise gentleman's time and the Emily country's founder's time, the wise gentleman realizes he can use the same information of the demonic beast to create a holy beast, except it failed. The emperor's father, the former emperor, found the recordings that the wise gentleman left and tried creating his own, except it affected everyone who worked on the Holy Spirit beast, and it still failed, and people suffered over it. The former emperor, Mercy's father, and Crane's father, they all suffered it, and their children suffered too. This is why the emperor has the illness he has, is because of his father working on creating the holy beast. It has caused effects to him and his children. This is why Crane is a bloodthirsty experimental dude, is because his father worked on this beast and affected him while he was working on the beast. It is such a mess. The Emperor informs the main character some information that shocks the main character, and me go, oh, this reminds me of Grandmaster Demonic Convention, which is that the enemy country's magics and spells and dark arts are created from spells from their own country. Yes, he, the founder of the enemy country, took the informations and teachings and spells that his teacher taught him, reworked them into forming his spells and dark arts. It is not just from demon techniques. No, he picked up his teacher's workings, mixed it with the both, and created his country and its dark arts. Which reminds me of Grandmaster Demonic Convention very much. I was just like, oh my god, not shocked at all. Like, the main character was shocked, and I'm like, honey, he was taught by the wise gentleman. Are you really shocked that the spells he's created were actually created from his teacher's spells? Are you that shocked? Because I'm not. I don't know how you're shocked, because it's not that shocking.